because I think that they would insist that this looks more like the Grove. Because the renderings you have here looks like it belongs Wrigley. Anywhere else,
Yep.
not in the heart of the Grove. And those streets cannot take 3 more stories of office spaces. They just can't do it. Now, if you've got 300 seats in your theater, how many parking spots do you think you need there? Maybe 150. How many people go to the theater alone in their car? They usually go with a group. And if they're local, there's other ways they can get there. So but the Playhouse itself probably only needs 100 parking spots, maybe even less. So the bulk of this project is commercial to be able to afford the Playhouse. That is the problem we have here. That you got to take the bad in order to get the good. So how are we going to balance that? To me, it would be super easy if you could just say, okay, yes to the Playhouse, yes to the parking, no to the commercial. But I don't have the numbers in front of me, so that probably wouldn't fly. If you really do need the commercial aspect to make the Playhouse fly, we got a problem here. At least what you can do is make that development look like Grove. Because it does not look like the Grove now. And I've seen a lot of renderings in the 12 or so years that I've been on this board over 2 different sections. And I don't think I've ever seen a development that looks more out of place than this one. So I'd love to see, as my fellow board member suggested, I don't want to see this. I mean, it's been how many? 20-something years? 23 years? 22 years since it's been going on?
18.
But I think another 2 to 4 weeks is reasonable to have a look at this and see how can we make it look more like the Grove. How can we scale it down somehow so that we don't have rooftop parking 50 feet over the street? That's over the trees. And that just doesn't belong in the Grove unless you're intending to change Grove. We know that in this city, changes happen without due process sometimes. I mean, this city has it has a habit of going in the direction it wants to go without really showing their hand. So I don't think that's going on here, but this will change the character of the Grove, and I understand exactly why all the Grove are so upset about it. But everybody wants the plans, and everybody wants parking. So I will vote for anything. Now, I think Mr. Corbin has some good points. Anybody who was recently voted in The Economist probably has some good points to be listened to. I think that if you reduced the office and didn't need the 4th floor, the rooftop parking, if you reduce the parking and you reduce the public, Jared is absolutely right. This is not a whole lot of retail, and you can't fit a whole lot of retail in this. So I think that it's nowhere near as onerous as the commercial is. I think when you're squeezing commercial into this project, we're going to be able to afford the Playhouse. So it's a real problem here. And somebody's going to end up very unhappy. Usually, the gorilla in the room wins these battles. But I would listen. I would listen to any motion that addresses what I think is an excessively large parking and office facility for this location, and find some other way to finance the Playhouse. That's what everybody wants: Playhouse and the parking. So I think that in the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks, I would say defer it until the health board can weigh in, even if it's not a formal process, and see. And it's not. I mean, maybe staff can clarify this. It's not our business whether they're going to make money or not. That's not for us to be looking at the numbers to see, do they really need a huge office structure in the middle of a T3 neighborhood in order to make the Playhouse work? somebody's got to know those numbers. And if it absolutely cannot happen without the office space, and I think that your team needs to make that really clear to the public. You can get the Playhouse, but you gotta have the office space. You gotta have the parking at this scale. Otherwise,